There we go. All right, we live. What's happening, everybody? Welcome to the broadcast show. You already know Rico and Seyi. What's happening, everybody? It's a lot to discuss with football, the finals. The finals start at 9 p.m., so halfway through the stream, we're gonna bring it up and start watching it.
Whoa. Let me hold up there. Rich said I won because of injuries. Do you know I had Nick Chubb on my team? What are you talking about? I won because of injuries. My team got hurt too.
Oh, let me say what's up to Joanne because they was first. Appreciate you pulling up. And Rich said he was first, even though he was clearly second. And then King Sean was technically third, but cool. And then Jones was fourth. What's good, everybody?
What's up?
Yes, sir. You got any introduction before we get into this NBA Finals talk? And then you can definitely address Rich all you want. That's all. That's both.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm saying this fantasy thing is easy to me, man. It's not even competition. Like 4-0, my star player got hurt. Still not even competition. This is just easy work. Like we don't need to talk about that. We just talk about the NBA Finals right now. Lakers could win the championship. They're wearing their Mamba jerseys. Let's see.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So yeah, this is about to get really interesting. I'm tuning into that game as soon as it starts. I mean, like at 8:55, I'm pulling up the stream and I'm ready to watch it. I'm excited.
Yeah. Look, he got a really tough matchup. Obviously, after having Anthony Davis guard Jimmy Butler really couldn't do anything. Bam Adebayo has to step up. He has to be their leading scorer in order for Miami to win.
Yeah, it's dark. It's really dark. Jimmy Butler gonna have to go for 40 with no 3-pointers again for them to even have a chance of winning.
But that's the thing. You got to shoot threes because, like, right now he's like the DeMar DeRozan in that offense. Like, you need to shoot threes.
Literally.
This is why he couldn't really get the ball. Duncan Robinson and Tyler Hero. Just Jimmy Butler, at least for that last game, him being on the floor was hurting them to get open because look, Jimmy Butler was looking towards the end of the game. Jimmy Butler was looking for Hero Robinson to take a three for him since he was going to take a three himself, and they were smothered. So Jimmy Butler couldn't do anything. He got to stop being on his Ben Simmons and attempt more threes.
Yeah, man. I mean, it worked for one game, but that was kind of a historical game that won't happen again. They're not going to win with him on not shooting threes.
And Kai Jones, Miami Heat got hurt in the beginning of this series. So I feel like if they were 100%, this would be a lot more competitive. This would definitely go to 7 if they were 100%. If Bam Adebayo didn't get hurt at all, if Goran Dragic, their 20-a-game scorer, didn't get hurt, this game would have went to 7. So, look, Lakers are winning, but at the same time, Miami was hurt, and it put them on the back foot.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, yeah, they have so many injuries. There was no way they were going to be able to recover. And shouts out to Jones. I'm sorry for your 14-8 loss for your high school team. That does suck. And what's up, Chris Sweezy? He said you're not going to talk about my Heat without my presence, Heat Nation. And appreciate that, King Sean. Y'all can go get the same mask. It's on. Let me go to it right now. Actually, just take a quick break from the finals talk. Even though I mean, how much is there really even to talk about? Honestly, it's just like it's looking like this is over today. I'm not gonna lie, but let me bring it up over here. Yeah, if y'all want to get the They Nervous mask, you just go to the y'all already know the link to the RicoScores merch website. You click on the sweater, and then well, my computer's tripping right now. I don't know why it's moving so slow. But then it takes you to other options. You can get hoodies. You can get tank tops. Here's the mask right here that I have on. $12.90. I don't care about your promotion. You got the coffee mug. Yeah, all kinds of stuff, man. Now, right now, nobody's nervous because we're 1-3. But we're gonna get back to it, and once we start winning games,
we definitely ain't nervous. Yeah. Definitely nervous about that quarterback situation.
But once we start winning games again, which I'm predicting basically next year, they'll be nervous again. You know what I'm saying? They'll be right back nervous. But yeah, man, this NBA Finals is pretty much done for me. In my opinion, I don't see the Heat even having a chance. I think this will actually be a nice, convincing 20-point victory. And if anything, LeBron and AD are just competing to see who will win Finals MVP.
Yeah, I think with Lakers win, it's going to go to Anthony Davis. He's been offensively and defensively unstoppable for the Lakers. I know he did have a down game, that one game where Kelly Olynyk outscored him, but man, when he's on the floors and when he's making shots, like there's nothing you can do against him.
Exactly. And that man Kentavious Caldwell Pope at the end of last game actually started hitting. And it all started, I think the Heat were like up 1 or 2. I was watching the game, and then Jimmy had like an open 3, missed it, and from there the Lakers just went on a crazy run. I mean, it was bad. It was pretty bad.
King Sean, like, I know news that Stephon Gilmore tested positive for corona. I mean, honestly, like, look, I expected us to lose against the Chiefs. Brian Hoyer is horrible. I really didn't know why he was starting over Jarrett Stidham in the first place. It's whatever. Like, look, I say this NFL season is a wash anyways. Like, look at the Titans right now. The Titans might forfeit. This virus is running rampant. Like I said, it would before the season started. So, like, we might not even have a finished season. So, and speaking on that, I'm surprised we are. What time is it? 8:09, and no one didn't understand what was on my handle. The numbers on my handle. Can anybody say that in the chat?
Yeah, if anybody, I tried to figure it out. I couldn't get it. 31-17. You got me, man. I can't figure it out. I can't figure it out. What was 31-17? If I says, yeah, I gotta see if anybody knows. I don't know. I don't have anything. 31-17. I've been thinking too. I've been sitting there over here thinking, even before we started the live show in the behind the scenes lobby. I don't know what he was talking about. 31-17. Nah, I don't think he's talking about Rams. I don't think he cares. I don't think he cares about anything about us.
No, I definitely don't care about the Rams.
31-17 Pats. I mean, what's that mean though? What's 31-17?
I think Johnny Bo and Rich got the answer.
Oh, you talking about the game? The game that Dwayne Haskins got benched? Is that what we're talking about?
Yep. 31-17. So every time the Washington football team loses, you're going to see the score on my
31-17. I mean, at this point, you know what I'm saying? I'm at the hey man, Trevor Lawrence looking real nice over it because I know because with Dwayne Haskins, the fallout has been too tremendous.
They didn't even wait. They didn't even give him a chance.
First of all, they did. I mean, that's already like we don't even have to speak on that about the fact that they didn't give him enough time. The team around them is terrible. That's all obvious. But now I just can't even see Dwayne Haskins playing quarterback again in a burgundy and gold jersey, just off of the fact that he unfollowed like everybody. He's been unfollowing the top Twitter guys that's in Burgundy and Gold Nation, like all the reporters, all of the top tweet guys, the actual team. Yeah, he's been unfollowing everybody. He unfollowed the Washington football team official Twitter. He's not playing. He unfollowed Kyle Allen. That's what I'm saying. I think the ties are severed. I think it's broken. I can't see Dwayne Haskins coming back in. At this point, we might as well start discussing who we're going to trade him to.
He probably wasn't Ron Rivera's guy from the get-go. I think that's
you can tell. And honestly, I'm sad about Dwayne Haskins, but thankfully, I don't think Kyle Allen is Ron Rivera's guy either. I mean, there's a reason that they didn't even draft him. He was an undrafted free agent. And then he's the reason that he got fired by Carolina because he lost against a Greg Minuski-led defense without Chase Young, without Kendall Fuller. And literally Kyle Allen is the reason Ron Rivera got fired. So there's we traded a 5th round pick for him, which people still thought was pretty high for him. So I'm pretty sure even Ron Rivera doesn't think he's the guy. I think right now, honestly, everything he's talking about is just a cover up for a tank, in my opinion. I think he's actually tanking because again, he's talking about he wants to win games now. That's why he benched Dwayne Haskins, but we have an addressed wide receiver. Dontrell Inman was our biggest wide receiver signing in the draft. The first receiver we took was Antonio Gandy-Golden in the 5th round. All the rest of them were undrafted free agents. We didn't address offensive line. We didn't address wide receiver, of course. Antonio Gibson, flat out rookie, one of the rawest players in the 2020 draft, is our starting running back. So he's clearly contradicting himself with player development. I mean, also not calling the timeouts at the end of games where we're down, but we can come back. He's not even calling his timeouts. He's already forfeiting the game because he says development and the safety of the players. But at the same time, he's preaching we need to bench Haskins so that we can try to win games. Now, again, I think it's a cover-up. I think it's to make it look like to the rest of the team, the guys that do want to win, like all of the talented guys, like the defensive line, the DBs and all of them, the linebackers, the Terry McLaurin. He wants to show on the surface that he's still trying to win and that he's not trying to throw this season down the drain. And Kyle Allen is the perfect excuse because he's bad, but since you're changing quarterbacks, it looks like you actually do care about winning. But at the end of the day, I think we're actually tanking. He wants his guy, and I think it's either going to be Trevor Lawrence or Justin Fields at the end of the day, in my opinion. I think he's tanking silently in the background and just using all of this as a cover-up.
And Mill, I saw your ridiculous comment. I wasn't going to acknowledge it, so I'm not. I don't acknowledge
what happened?
Super ridiculous comments. You don't want to see it.
Yeah, man, I can't even.
Yeah. No, you don't want to see it.
I feel like this Kyle Allen experiment is definitely going to fall on his face. But I feel like, Dwayne Haskins can't come back in again unless he somehow shows a certain level of maturity. And if they're willing to forgive him and everything that he's done, I can't see Dwayne Haskins coming back out there. Even the fact that the first practice after Dwayne Haskins got benched, Kyle Allen was the first string quarterback. Alex Smith was the second. And then undrafted free agent quarterback Steven Montez was technically the third. They were practicing. Dwayne Haskins was not practicing on, I think that was Wednesday, or maybe yesterday that was Thursday or whatever. So you can already tell this just looks like the ties are severed with Dwayne Haskins. Kyle Allen is not good. If anything, Dwayne Haskins at least has a ceiling that you can look forward to. Kyle Allen is bad right now. He may be a little bit better than Dwayne Haskins today, but his ceiling is very low. Last year, under the same coordinator he has right now, whereas Dwayne Haskins has gone through basically technically 4 of them, and since he started mid last season, Kyle Allen's been with the same Turner system, and last year he was dead last in quarterbacks and turnover-worthy throws. So he's clearly not the guy, like clearly. And I feel like Ron Rivera, this is now his team. Chase Young was too much of a great talent to pass up. I feel like he's actually going to take this draft to finally get his guy. And I feel like that's going to be Trevor Lawrence or Justin Fields. I like Trey Lance a lot, but I think he's going to take a year or two. And I feel like our team actually around the quarterback, once we are aggressive in free agency and we actually address team needs in free agency in the draft, I feel like we can be a really good team in this league, honestly, by next year. But it's going to hinge largely on the quarterback that we have. And if it's Trevor Lawrence, I'm expecting us to be one of the best teams in the league, honestly, because all that really matters is a quarterback. Everybody says defense matters. But if you go look at all of the Super Bowl winners from like the past 15 years, other than the Giants anomalies against the Patriots, and other than a Nick Foles miracle win against the Patriots, literally it's been like a top 10 quarterback that's been winning every Super Bowl. And you basically go all the way back to Brad Johnson with the Buccaneers again until you have a non-top 10 quarterback winning a Super Bowl. It just doesn't happen. So you need a great quarterback, and Trevor Lawrence is that guy, in my opinion. But we'll see though. We'll see.
Well, Kai, the difference between Josh Allen and Dwayne Haskins is that Josh Allen has shown development from year 1 to year 2. Dwayne Haskins, you can argue he even got worse from year 1 to year 2, and he wasn't good in year 1.
Yeah, but again, Josh Allen was in the same system. Dwayne Haskins has been in 4 different ones within an 8-game start. Technically Josh Allen started day 1. Dwayne Haskins came in midway. And when you look at actually like the statistics and everything, Josh Allen was even less accurate than Dwayne Haskins has been. But their team had faith in him and were willing to deal with the mistakes that he made, let him develop, built the team around him, went and got him Stephon Diggs, and now he's one of the brightest young talents in the league. And we haven't done that with Dwayne Haskins. We haven't given him a fair chance. But we'll see though. We'll see.
Trade him to the Patriots for a 4th-round pick. We'll take him.
No. We're gonna need more than that. We're gonna need more than that. Hopefully, we can get a Josh Rosen package. Maybe a third. I might take a third. Okay, we'll talk about it. I was thinking the Patriots, Colts, Falcons, and Saints would be good places for him to go to because he wouldn't have to start immediately. He can learn behind good quarterbacks, or except for y'all, if y'all don't re-sign Cam Newton, then he wouldn't be behind a good quarterback. But if y'all do, he can learn behind Cam Newton.
He will be behind
Belichick. Oh, yeah. Still, that's what I'm saying. Those are good situations for him. Those are teams that know how to build teams around a quarterback. And I wish him the best of luck, whether it's in burgundy and gold or not, because I feel like we did him wrong. So I do wish Dwayne Haskins the best of luck, but it's clearly not going to happen here. I think Ron Rivera, honestly, all of this is just a cover-up to go get Trevor Lawrence or Justin Fields to go get his guy because he inherited Dwayne Haskins. He doesn't believe in Kyle Allen. Again, that he was an undrafted free agent. They didn't even feel like it was worth spending a 7th round draft pick on him when they took him. And then Kyle Allen's the reason that Ron Rivera got fired in Carolina in the first place. And then we traded a 5th round pick for him, which was still, in a lot of people's opinion, too much value for Kyle Allen in the first place. So he's clearly not it. But at least you can look here. And I mean, honestly, I think the Giants are married to Daniel Jones for at least 1 more year. Falcons, I don't know.
I don't know about that.
Honestly, I do think so. I think they're gonna. Personally, in my heart, I think they're gonna.
They got the number 1 pick. They're drafting Trevor Lawrence. They'll trade him.
Or they might trade. I don't know. But again, my biggest worries are the Giants and Jets. You never know what the Falcons if they want to move on from Dan Quinn and move on from Matt Ryan. But Miami's definitely not.
Atlanta needs anybody that can play defense. They don't need
literally. In Miami, they're working on Tua. So, and Dallas is going to win games. There's no way Dallas is going to be ahead of us. They're going to start winning games. So really, we have a top 5. So really, technically, we have a top 5 projected pick in this draft, and we only have to worry about the Giants or Jets. And the Jets, same thing with Sam Darnold. I think he's a huge bust, but they've already said they're going to keep Adam Gase for the rest of the season. Adam Gase has already said he's going to keep Sam Darnold as the starter for the rest of the season as long as he's healthy. So the Giants and Jets are big ifs. They're not automatics. They're quite likelies, but you never know, man.
Both New York teams, if they get the number 1 pick, they're selecting a quarterback. Adam Gase is staying to the end of the season, but he won't be back for next season. And yeah, Daniel Jones is not it. Shots out to
gonna keep him 1 more year though. I think he might be one of those guys they let play out his rookie contract. If I were a Giants fan, I don't want him to, but it just seems like it. I'm more afraid of the Jets taking Trevor Lawrence than the Giants, in my opinion.
Yeah. Giants will probably take someone else, but I don't know. They need everybody. They need everybody. But looking at this draft order, oh my goodness, that Laramie Tunsil trade was bad. And then they still couldn't get a 1st round pick for DeAndre Hopkins. Shouts out to Bill O'Brien.
It is crazy that Houston pick is actually, when they did that trade, I thought, okay, the Houston pick is going to be somewhere in the 20s. That's not even that high of a pick. They're projected to have the 4th pick overall right now. Oh my Lord, Miami's about to eat because they're projected to have the 4th and the 8th pick. That team is about to have a huge turnaround with 2
looking like the Celtics.
Yeah, basically. Bill O'Brien,
or like the Raiders of last season when they had all those 1st round picks.
Oh, another team I'm a little worried about is maybe Detroit if they're ready to move on from from my boy Matthew Stafford, the Georgia Bulldog. But other than that, the Jaguars.
Yeah.
I think the Jaguars like Gardner Minshew. Now, I mean, if Trevor Lawrence is available, but
that's what
but I think they're too good to have a top 3 pick. Me personally, the Jaguars.
Yeah, I don't think Jaguars would finish that low. But like, look, if they happen to finish as get the number 1 pick, then that means Minshew didn't do good.
That's a great point. Yeah, that's a really good point.
In Minnesota, same thing. Minnesota.
Yeah, they might. Yeah, I'm worried about them too. But I feel like they're gonna win too many games.
Dallas,
and Denver's married to to Drew Lock. Oh, Dallas is
Yeah, if they don't want to take Dak Prescott.
If they're that bad, I don't know. Yeah. I don't think they're going to be that bad, though. I think they're honestly going to really push to win this division. I think they may go quarterback, though. They might be one of those guys to get like a Jamie Newman or a De'Aaron King later in the draft or something. Or maybe a Trey Lance late in the 1st. Yeah, but I don't think I'm not really worried about Dallas or the Eagles getting Trevor Lawrence. The only team I'm worried about in our division-wise is the Giants and also the Jets, maybe. Again,
I was about to say, here's a far outlook. Like Carolina, for example, Carolina gets on this huge losing streak. They also might be a threat for Trevor Lawrence.
Oh, yeah. See, to start the season, I thought Carolina was tanking for Tua, but they're 2-2. They're starting to win games. They look like they want to win games. I mean, even their game management from their head coach. I can't remember his name. I just know he's from Baylor. I mean, like even the way they game manage, it doesn't even look like he's trying to. Yeah, thank you. It doesn't even look like he's trying to throw games. It looks like he really wants to win, like he's trying to take advantage of this division and try to make the playoffs. Because right now, I mean, it's literally they're tied with New Orleans basically for the top of their division. So, I mean, they really have a chance to win the division. Me personally, if I were a Panthers fan, I'd prefer to go get Trevor Lawrence and stop all of this winning the division talk, kind of like we are doing with the burgundy and gold with Kyle Allen. But you never know. We'll see.
I don't know though. With your division, I think it's gonna be hard to get the number one pick because everybody in that division is terrible. You're gonna get some wins.
We're gonna end up splitting with everybody by accident.
Eagles about to win the division at 6-10, probably.
And it's crazy too because if you win the division, you automatically have at least at the highest a 25th pick. So there can be a team with 11 wins picking 24th, and you with 6 wins picking 25th.
What if Washington wins the division? What if Washington wins the division?
Then 25th pick, 25th pick, 25th pick with 7 or 6 wins.
25th. It's like it's going to be towards the end of the season. Like all teams don't want to win the division; they're all going to try to purposely lose.
Bruh, it's going to get to a point. I can see the Cowboys and Eagles still trying to win. Only because their cap space situations are so bad. But at the end of the day, it's possible for all 4 of us to be in the Trevor Lawrence sweepstakes, bro. All of us.
Houston are mad they're not in that division.
Yeah, bruh. Houston. There's a lot of teams out here that are in tough divisions that would love to be here. The Raiders would love to be in the NFC East right now because they're not even that bad of a team.
They're part of.
Yeah, they're not even that bad of a team. They're just in a tough division. Same thing with the Steelers. I know, or the Browns. They would love to be in our division right now. Yeah. King Sean said, "How would you feel about trading for Jordan Love?" Nah, I'm good. I'm pretty.
Packers are not trading them.
They're holding on to him. They're gonna groom him under Aaron Rodgers, even if it takes 2 to 3 years. He's their next quarterback after Aaron Rodgers. And yeah, I don't want to trade. I don't want to give away draft picks for a quarterback. I think we should just go ahead and get Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields. Maybe Trey Lance, or at the worst, get a De'Aaron King or Jamie Newman later in the draft, like 3rd, 4th, 5th round, or wherever he ends up making it. Well, both of them end up making it. Because Jamie Newman, I mean, he doesn't even have a chance to prove his case. He opted out instead of playing his this last year for Georgia. He already opted to go to the draft, so he can't even build his resume right now. I mean, unless he has some ridiculously crazy combine, I think he may go in the 3rd or 4th round.
I think he's going to go. I think he's going to go in the 2nd round at worst because at the end of the day, he's still a quarterback, and quarterbacks are always overvalued. So
you're not lying. I mean, the way Jalen Hurts and Jordan Love went last year, you have a great point. They went way before they should have. And then De'Aaron King, I mean, he's playing this year. He looks good for Miami, and he's literally either going to be Kyler Murray or Julian Edelman. I mean, that's literally it. Because if y'all remember, Julian Edelman came out of college as a quarterback, and he just couldn't play well. I mean, he basically looked almost like De'Aaron King. Not as good, but you know what I'm saying? De'Aaron King might end up, if he's not good, if he can't learn pocket awareness, putting touch on passes, decision-making, he's going to end up reverting to like a wide receiver or a running back. He can either be Julian Edelman, Denard Robinson at worst, or Kyler Murray at best.
Or Antoine Randall L., the OG quarterback receiver.
Yeah, that was a great story, though. That was a really good story. That the Denard Robinson story did not work out.
No.
The Julian Edelman and Antoine Randall L. worked out, but the Denard Robinson didn't.
Denard Robinson was on the Saints instead of Taysom Hill. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, he would basically literally be a better Taysom Hill. I'm surprised they haven't explored that. What is Denard Robinson doing right now? He's chilling at home?
This guy was a big play waiting to happen. I don't know how he couldn't find a role in the NFL.
He was a running back for the Jaguars for a little while, and he looked pretty good, but it didn't work out. Yeah. What's up, Big Simple? That's my boy with the YouTube channel, another Burgundy and Gold YouTube channel, man. Appreciate you pulling up. Was good. Dream scenario: win the division, get a great. We in the 1st round or in the 2nd. Now, for me, my ideal thing is to go get Trevor Lawrence. But at the end of the day, if we win a division, like I showed y'all in my mock draft I came out with this morning, it's not all the way over. We can still get top talent in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd round, and then maybe get quarterback. Well, maybe like Seyi said, we may have to go get a quarterback 2nd or 3rd round, like a De'Aaron King or a Jamie Newman. And I feel like they can come in and compete for the starting role immediately. I'm not confident they will win it, but at least, we can start to groom Jamie Newman or De'Aaron King for the future. Or we can just go ahead and get Trevor Lawrence and be Super Bowl bound within the next 2 years. I mean, or at least, a heavy favorite.
I seen a comment by Aaron Cass in the chat. He said offensive line, and offensive line is something that the Washington football team definitely needs as well. Just more linemen if you can't get a quarterback in the 1st round.
Yeah, or safety. I like Hamsad Nasirulleen from
yeah.
Florida State. I love him. I love him. And I mean, I don't think if we end up winning the division, like my scenario says, he's not making it to the 25th pick. That's obvious. But you never know. Derwin James made it further than people thought. And he's a safety. Safeties, running backs are just not valued as high anymore. So you never know. He may slide that far, but I doubt it.
What if Washington? Yeah, what if Washington wins the division? All of a sudden, either the Eagles or the Giants tank low enough. Well, the Eagles aren't drafting the quarterback, but the Giants take low enough and they get Trevor Lawrence, and then they're the best. Well, they're not. They're New York, so they're not going to be the best team next season, but they become better than the Washington football team.
Oh yeah, whoever, whichever team Trevor Lawrence goes to, if it's in the NFC East, they're automatically the best team in the division. Automatically. I mean, because him and Justin Fields don't even need a great offensive line. See, the problem with Dwayne Haskins is that he's so immobile that he demands a great offensive line to work. Guys like Kyler Murray, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, I mean, they're different levels of speed, but at the end of the day, they're all mobile and don't require a great offensive line to make plays.
He's like the modern day Byron Leftwich. It's like, it's so rare to see, honestly, like, I'm gonna be honest, it's so rare to see a black quarterback that can't run.
Yeah, it's weird.
Like, he's like the modern day Byron Leftwich, because Byron Leftwich was the same way for the Jaguars.
Exactly. So yeah, man, if Trevor Lawrence goes to an NFC East team, whichever team he goes to, at least, I mean, at the furthest back within 2-3 years, will be the best team in that division, point blank period, for many years to come, for like the next 10 years at least. Like, I think Trevor Lawrence is going to be that great.
Yeah, like Trevor Lawrence is 6'6", can run. But yeah, even you get Justin Fields as well. Justin Fields is dynamic.
Yeah.
And you guys need to definitely tank. Maybe Kyle Allen is the answer. Because, I mean, Dwayne Haskins is bad, but I refuse to believe he's worse than Kyle Allen. So.
Oh, yeah, no.
I mean,
maybe literally today. But when we look back 2 years from now, there's no way Haskins can be as bad as Kyle Allen. He has to improve. And Kyle Allen doesn't have a ceiling. He doesn't have a strong arm. He's only slightly faster than a very slow Dwayne Haskins. His decision-making is worse. He's willing to throw the ball. He's willing to take more risks, but at the same time, that's why he throws far more interceptions. So, I mean, I just can't see how Kyle Allen 2 years from now can be any sort of, even on the same level as a Dwayne Haskins. So, yeah, it's definitely to me, Trevor Lawrence time.
King Sean, technically, I mean, Justin Fields is an Ohio State quarterback, but I mean, he really came from Georgia.
Nah, he's Georgia. Yeah, he's Georgia, man. He's Georgia. That's not. I mean, he played for Ohio State, but
what about Joe Burrow? He came.
Yeah, Joe Burrow is an Ohio State quarterback. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like the general statement that a certain, quarterbacks from a certain place don't work out, because you never know. It's different circumstances, different. I don't know. I mean, you never know. The next USC, JT Barrett just went to Georgia. He might work out. I don't know. I see what y'all saying with Ohio State. Yeah, Ohio State, USC tends to put out quarterbacks that end up not working, but I think Justin Fields is such a unique case. I think JT Barrett may be a unique case for Georgia. I'm not sure, but I'm like 80% sure Justin Fields.
I keep getting confused. Keep saying JT Barrett, JT Daniels.
Oh, JT Daniels, my fault. JT Daniels. I'm sorry. But I think both of them are unique cases, especially Justin Fields. I'm like 85% sure that Justin Fields is going to be really good at the NFL level. To me, he's basically a faster but weaker Cam Newton, a little bit more accurate, not much more accurate. Definitely needs to improve in a lot of ways like that. But he's a big play waiting to happen. He can make do with it with an offensive line like ours. He can still pick up first downs, put up points, and with how great our defense should be next year and further and beyond, I feel like somebody like Justin Fields would be great for us. I feel like Trevor Lawrence would be better, but Justin Fields is still great.
And honestly, yeah, the college doesn't really. I say it has some effects, but I mean, at the end of the day, you can have a lot of quarterbacks, like USC, for example. They might have Mark Sanchez, Matt Leinart, Matt Barkley, Sam Darnold, Mark Sanchez. Yeah, I already said Mark Sanchez, but they had different coaching staff. So, even though they all happened to bust, they had different coaching staff. So, I mean, you still have different scenarios there. I mean, maybe with USC is probably the lifestyle. Maybe they're living such a lavish lifestyle that they don't have that I want to work hard and make the best for myself mindset, because they kind of already had that life in USC. So when they come to the NFL, it's just they're not working as hard as others. Probably that It's probably
maybe.
that.
Yeah, that's the only thing I can think of. Otherwise, it's really just superstition at this point. But again, I think Justin Fields, even if that may be true, which I doubt, I feel like Justin Fields is just too talented. He projects too well in so many different various ways at the quarterback position that I just can't see how he wouldn't work out. Even with a bad O-line, even without great receivers, he's just too talented. He can carry a team. Even when a team is bad around him, he has the talent to carry a team to at least a few wins himself and to throw you into a game. Unlike Dwayne Haskins so far, that's basically been a game manager, or Kyle Allen, who throws away games. I feel like Justin Fields and Trevor Lawrence, and later on down the line, Trey Lance. Trey Lance is not ready to start day one. I feel like he's going to take some time. But eventually, 3 years from now, all three of those guys will definitely be able to win you games. They will not be game managers. They will be able to put a team on their back and win you games. And I hope we can at least get one of them.
Yeah, we'll see. Oh, I didn't even know there was a website called tankathon.com.
Oh, yeah. I always check them to get the order of the draft picks, especially once we start getting closer. That's now, funny. Since we're 1-3 and we benched Dwayne Haskins, I'm here, quicker in the year than I normally am. I'm normally not here till like November or December. But after certain circumstances, I'm already here in early October.
What if the season just doesn't finish? So how is this draft going to work?
Top 6 pick. And I think Dallas is going to win this week. I feel like I'm rooting for us to beat the Rams, but I don't think it's very likely. You never know, though. So I feel like we'll switch with Dallas, and we'll have a top 5 pick. And whatever. I'm not mad at it.
You're telling me the Bears at 4-1 is going to have a late pick, like they're actually a good team,
bruh? If you win the division.
The Bears have been super lucky. Like they're like one of the worst 4-1 teams I've ever seen. I'm sorry. I mean, Nick Foles made that team better, but still.
Bro, look, if the Patriots don't win their division, but they win 10 games, they'll still pick before the Eagles if they win their division, even if they only win 6 games. That's just how picks work. If you win the division, the highest pick you can get in the draft is a 25th pick.
Come on, Buffalo.
It's just how it works. Well, actually, it's a little bit up now because remember we added an extra team per playoff, so I think it's the 23rd pick is the highest pick you can possibly get. But either way, you won't be picking high enough to get a great quarterback. I mean, unless you take one to develop later, like in the second round, like a Derrick King, Jamie Newman, or even a Trey Lance late in the first round.
Yeah. Hopefully for the Patriots, I hope Jarrett Stidham is the answer. He's starting next game. He had a great play, but I mean. Yeah, I had an interception. He had an interception, I believe. Like, honestly, I kind of tuned down the game once it was already over. I mean, Brian Hoyer makes it easy for you to tune out. Yeah, like, what? I don't know. Wait, why was Brian Hoyer starting over Jarrett Stidham? I remember during the offseason, it was, it's Jarrett Stidham's going to be the quarterback of the future. Jarrett Stidham's going to start. When Cam Newton came in, like, it's not even certain that Cam Newton's going to be a starter. Jarrett Stidham might be the starter. And then all of a sudden, Brian Hoyer's a second-string quarterback? Like, how?
I don't know what he did, to be completely honest with you.
Shouts out to Evan. He said it. Brian Hoyer is a check stealer.
Oh, big time. Check stealer. Big time.
How? I know he knows the offense, but that's about it. Just because he knows the offense, he still has a noodle arm, and he's still Brian Hoyer. Why was he playing?
I couldn't tell you. I have no idea. I didn't even know all of that previous stuff that you just stated. So that makes it even worse than Brian Hoyer started. I mean, it literally makes no sense. I don't understand it.
Yeah, I couldn't. That was like, I think that's the worst quarterback that has ever started for the New England Patriots since Brian Hoyer.
Yeah, since Brian Hoyer in the past.
Since a long time ago. Like in 2014 or something.
That's sad too, because it literally makes no sense. Jarrett Stidham is younger, so at least you can put him out there, let him develop. He's better. Yeah, I don't understand. I didn't get it either when I was watching it, and I didn't even know all of that stuff that you said that Jarrett Stidham was pushing against Cam Newton for the starting spot. Well, I have no idea what happened.
Said that. You know, with the Patriots, they make you think like you know what's going on in there. You really don't, but it made it seem like it was actually a position battle. So the fact that Brian Hoyer started made me think like, wait, was Jarrett Stidham really that bad that you let Brian Hoyer start over you? That made me not confident in Jarrett Stidham. That makes me think like, okay, we need a new quarterback then. We need a quarterback in the future. Jarrett Stidham ain't it. If you let Brian Hoyer start over you, you ain't it. You ain't it.
Well, he actually went out there and didn't
let Brian Hoyer start over him? No.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's
we
a
need
good. Jimmy Garoppolo's not even that good.
Even if he's not that good, like, look, I'll take Garoppolo over any of our backups right now. Like, I'm scared of the future.
Oh yeah. That makes sense.
There's no way we're paying Cam that much money after this season. So we need Garoppolo. Well, then again, Garoppolo got a huge contract too, but still. We need to do something. We need to pay Cam. Please pay Cam.
I was about to say pay Cam or tank, because at this point, there's no really other option. And even with Jimmy Garoppolo, I don't think he's good. You said why he what?
Why Cam had COVID. And honestly, I don't think Garoppolo. Look, Garoppolo, I'll say he's bad, but I say just average. He's just an average quarterback. He's better than Nick Mullins. He's better than the human what do I call him again? CJ Beathard. I call him the human. I don't know. He's the guy that throws himself out there and gets hit all the time.
Dummy.
yeah. Basically, like the human, the dummy, the punching bag.
Crash test dummy.
Crash test dummy. That's what I call him. Dummy, CJ Beathard, because they throw him out there when they always have no offensive line. So he's better than those two quarterbacks. So the San Francisco 49ers are better with Garoppolo. Garoppolo's not a star, but he's at least out. I don't even want to use the word steady because he wasn't steady during the Super Bowl, but he's average. He's an average starting quarterback that I feel like under Belichick looks a lot better.
Oh yeah, I definitely, the Belichick system does get the best out of quarterbacks. But just to let you know, the Titans and Patriots all had negative tests in Thursday's round of COVID-19 testing, which I'm confused. I'm thinking these tests are rigged because,
That includes Gilmore and Newton and pretty much half of the Titans roster that apparently had COVID.
I can't see it because the Titans just got first of all, they're in trouble for the day after the NFL shut down their practice facility because they had so many positive tests. They went to a high school field to practice, and there's picture proof of it and everything. Somebody snitched, and so now they're in trouble for that too.
Look at the source. It's NFL.com. They push this. This ain't real. This ain't a true article. All negative tests. I don't believe it.
I don't know how they have all negative tests that quickly. I don't get it.
I just seen an article yesterday that Titans might forfeit because they keep getting more COVID cases.
Yeah, I thought they started gaining more, if anything. How did they just none? How did all negatives? What happened? And they do. Oh, you say what?
Those are doctor tests. I don't believe it. It's on NFL.com. Let me see it from some other website.
NFL I do need to go to it. I am gonna have to go to another website, but that's crazy that King Sean just mentioned it. We're gonna end up having Tuesday night football, which is really interesting. We're gonna have Thursday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. This is crazy.
What's next? We're gonna have Wednesday night football too. We're gonna have football every day. Friday night football, high school.
Keep delaying these games, and we're eventually going to get to a point where Friday is the only day without football, if you're including Saturday with college.
I mean, I seen an article where it said that there might have to be a bubble for the NFL just to stop these cases. I don't know how that's
getting bad.
Teams are already opening up the stadium for fans. The state of Florida allowed Miami to have their open their full capacity stadium to 65,000 now. Even though Miami said it's still going to keep it 13,000, the fact that the state of Florida allowed Miami to do it, if the Dolphins don't do it, University of Miami will do it against Clemson. So,
I didn't even know that. That's so bad.
Florida. What do you do?
Yes, Florida and Texas, the only place that care about COVID less than Georgia, man. All three of us are terrible places. We do not care. Us as a whole do not care.
Yeah, and even us, we are opening up. Mercedes-Benz Stadium is opening up the game starting for the Falcons and Panthers, or the next Atlanta United game. They're opening it up for fans. And since I work there, like I said, I know there's going to be about 20,000 people, and I am not coming there. I told you guys I am not coming there. I will not be. I'll keep stalling as much as I can. I will not be working.
You better tell them about your leg. You better.
Yeah. The torn ACL. Yeah. I can't walk.
Well, what's good, AM Hunter? And King Sean has a good point that the NFL may do like a bubble. I've heard that, and that's more realistic because it cuts teams down to like almost half. So that's a little bit more realistic, but that's still like it's too many players and faculty, coaches, and everything for everybody to be in one spot. I can't even see how that will exactly work. I don't know though. Maybe if we get to a certain point.
And the question is like, we're not even sure we can even reach the playoffs at this point.
Are we gonna get there? You got situations like this, Stephon Gilmore making sure he gives Pat Mahomes, the NFL's prime baby, their golden jewel, Corona. I mean, he's extra close to him, hugging everything.
Specifically told them, "Hey, go meet up with Mahomes." Go meet up with
Bad man, Belichick is out here playing checkers, not chess, y'all. I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
Yeah, so we see this, but everybody is making a big reaction off Brady just walking off and not shaking anyone's hand at all.
Oh,
that
now this is inexcusable, and we can talk about this a little later. But I definitely agree that him walking off was not a bad thing. I don't think that was attitude. I mean, what you want him to do? You want him to go give him a hug like Stephon Gilmore just did with Pat Mahomes? Of course he walked off.
This is how you know Brady is not in New England anymore. No way in New England he would not know what down it is.
Right, he's older. Possibly CTE with how Khalil Mack was just throwing him around. Did you see Tom Brady's face when he realized Khalil Mack sacked him again? Yeah. Oh my Lord, bro!
Khalil Mack was like looking like he was barking at him like a dog, and then Brady just.
But Tom Brady looked so frustrated. He was like, "You again? You again?" Like he looked and just look at him, shrug. Like, he realized who it was, shrug. So he didn't even care about the sack.
This thing off his line.
It doesn't even look like he cared about the sack. I think he had to realize who it was and was like, again. Because look, he didn't care until he looked in his eyes and was like, "Oh my God,
that
you
was so
again."
Funny when I saw that. Yo, he was over it. And the way Brady, the way Brady fell down, because you know how Brady, like every time he's about to get sacked, he doesn't actually get touched. He'll just fall down on his own. So, and like the way he fell down was like he was just super frustrated. It's like, oh my goodness.
Like a kid throwing a temper tantrum when you tell him to go take a bath. Just instant fall to the floor.
And then he saw he was on the ground with him. Was like, oh my God. Oh my goodness, you can't stop this guy?
Like again, come on. Now you're supposed to be my trusty right tackle. I think it's Tristan Wirfs, right? He's actually been having a really good season, but he went against Khalil Mack, and then Khalil Mack just put him in his place. But this is hilarious. I mean,
you got the gift of him chewing out his offensive line in the sidelines.
Oh yeah, because I already saw like if this were Cam Newton, everybody would talk about how bad of a teammate he is. But since it's Tom Brady, since it's Tom Brady, he's a fiery competitor. But if this was Cam Newton, everybody would be talking about how bad of a teammate he is. But you know what I'm saying? You already know how that bias goes.
And that's why I said like a few weeks ago, like when you just see Cam having fun on the sideline, it just looked on the sideline that the whole Patriots like sideline just looked like less serious. They look like they're having more fun now because it's like they're not scared of getting chewed out anymore. Because Brady always does this.
Yeah, this is what Brady does. He's kind. I mean, I've seen from a lot of sources, from reporters around the team and everything, that he is an a-hole. Like he's just a really frustrating guy to be around. He's the greatest quarterback of all time, well, at least the most accomplished at the very least. And I mean, he's a high achiever, but personality-wise, people do not want to be around him unless football is related.
Yeah, like honestly, to get like we've seen it with Jordan, to get at this level, you got to be extremely serious. To the point where you could be sometimes an unlikable person because you're super serious. And
it's about winning.
Yeah.
It's about winning at the end of the day.
That's what Brady is. That's what Brady is. Like I've heard reports too, at least when
no. That's what Brady was.
I say what?
No, I said no, that's what Brady was. You know what I'm saying? That Brady was about winning, but then yesterday, this is what he's doing.
You got all. I mean, we seen it with Jordan when he came on the Wizards. It's the same thing right now.
Same exact thing.
But like, I heard stories like with Tom Brady, like when they were playing against who they played in the Super Bowl that they beat in Atlanta. Oh yeah, the LA Rams. So yeah, when they were at media day at LA Rams, like I've just heard stories that Brady, if you try to joke around with him or like say a Larry question, he'll just straight up ignore you. He just said like, these certain questions only. I'm only answering these certain questions. After this time, I got to go. Like it's all about this.
Right. This is not like people play football because they love it. This man Tom Brady just wants to win, and that's it. Nothing else. It's all about winning. He's not having fun.
He doesn't want to stop playing the game. He's not going to stop playing the game.
He does seem like the type of guy that is just like, when he retires, then what? What's he gonna do? He's gonna be highly competitive at video games. He seems like the type of guy that'd be super try hard playing Tom Clancy or something.
I don't know if you listen to like the Monday Night Football broadcast, but when he's not playing Monday Night Football, he's usually like on a halftime broadcast with Jim Gray. So maybe he could go be an analyst or like have his own spot, like
okay.
ESPN Plus. You'll have like his HBO show or whatever, breaking down film, breaking down quarterbacks. He'll probably do something like that. I could see.
Okay, that could work.
That or acting.
Acting. He's an actor.
Oh no, but I mean, I won't say acting, but like be like a show host or something. Like but Peyton Manning did. I don't know.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Brady, like at least with the Uggs thing, he's into modeling a little bit. I could probably see that as well.
Okay, I can see that too. But I feel like he just needs to do something. I mean, being mentally programmed to be that competitive for so long, I don't know how you can get out of it. I feel like he's got to do something that fills that void at least a little bit.
He definitely doesn't seem like a stay-at-home dad. I can't see him doing that. Watching his kids play football or whatever.
Because he's gonna get on their nerves. He's somebody 5 years old throwing incomplete pass, overthrow it. He gonna be on his neck. Yeah, now he's punished. Now he's no Xbox for this week.
He's going to get the coaches fired. They don't play his sons or whatever.
Yeah, all of that. Like he's just gonna be toxic.
Yeah. No more avocado ice cream for you.
Yeah, son not gonna have dinner that night if he throws an interception. Like he's just gonna be a toxic person. He just needs to stay somewhere out the house, get out his competitive ambition or whatever you want to call it, his drive, and then be able to relax at home. But him being home all the time, every day, all day, I don't think can work unless he gets an Xbox or a PlayStation and finds an extremely try-hard game like Tom Clancy or something. I don't know.
It's going to happen too. I can't wait till like a few years later when Brady leaves the Bucks, and then you're going to probably have Mike Evans tell you, or Chris Godwin tells you what really went on with the locker room with Brady. If this all kind of falls down for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and that we didn't like this guy or whatever, we didn't like Gronk because this guy.
Gronk is boy. He drops easy open passes. He's still a good blocker.
He's still a good blocker, but he's not. He was like, look, we fleeced the Buccaneers trading Gronk for 10 million. He had a $10 million contract. We're glad we got him off the books. He hasn't played in so long. Like, of course, he's not going to be the same player.
And he's only getting older, man. And that's a tough position to stay strong in. I mean, it's not as bad as running back, but he takes a lot of hits because he's a dependable receiving target type of tight end. So he's taking his fair share of hits over his career.
And when I saw going back to the Brady pass too, when I saw Brady make that throw, I forgot what time. Yeah, when I saw Brady make that throw, I was like, that does not seem like a fourth down throw. Like, why are you making that throw at fourth down? And then when he put the four up, I was like, okay, that makes sense. He thought it was third down.
You can tell that throw is. I mean, even if it was first down, that was just a bad throw. It was, the tight end had no separation. The DB was there the whole time. But yeah, just like you live, I could tell that he had to have thought that wasn't fourth down with that risky throw, and he had an underneath route that could have easily have picked up the first down. Because when I was watching, I was rooting for the Bears because I picked them in my family pool. We play for money, my whole family. We do our picks. I picked the Bears. I don't even remember the picking the Bears. When I turned on the game, I thought I picked the Buccaneers. Then when I went to go review the picks, I was like, oh, man, I picked the Bears? All right, let's go Bears. So on that last drive after they were up, I was like, oh, please, Tom Brady, not right now, not right now.
You knew it was going to happen.
So I was so scared because I saw a running back open, and then you just see the ball go over his head, incomplete to a tight end. I was jumping around. I was so happy.
What are you doing? Like, why are you trying to thread the needle on the fourth and 5? Like, when I saw that when I saw the 4 fingers up, I didn't need a broadcaster to tell me. It was like, wait, did he really think it wasn't 4th down?
He really did.
Like,
he's looking around dumbfounded. I was laughing too, like live watching it, because like a lot of the offensive players that clearly knew 4th down already happened. They were still in the field with Brady because I guess they didn't want to make him look stupid, but they didn't start walking off yet. I'm not sure if anybody else noticed, but they were standing around them like there's just this slight possibility they may be able to get off one more play.
Hey, it's Brady. Like, hey,
yeah, they were looking around like, hey, Brady, you got some cheat up your sleeve? You got something, something we don't know about? Let me know.
I'm not gonna laugh about that, but
no, so he got that cheat up his sleeve. You know plenty about that.
Nah. But it almost kind of hurt me when I saw Brady so dejected in the sideline, like after that play was over. Like,
oh yeah, he was just sitting there reviewing the iPad. That was so sad.
It looked like he was beating himself up for that. And
yeah, that was sad.
I don't blame him for look, he's frustrated. And at the end of the day, weren't they not supposed to shake hands after the game or something? So like, he was just walking.
I don't agree with him. I don't agree with the take with him, talking about he left off the sideline and didn't shake hands with anybody. You're not supposed to. This is COVID-19 protocol. You're supposed to just basically wave goodbye and catch you later. You shouldn't be touching people in the first place.
Yeah. Brady's social distancing. Like, y'all trying to make something out of nothing.
Yeah, and it's weird too, because normally Brady gets the benefit of the doubt in a lot of situations amongst the media, but that one I disagree with, and now they want to attack Tom Brady for that one. I
think now he's not getting the benefit of the doubt anymore because he's not part of the Patriots. So the media wants to prove that Tom Brady is washed up, that Tom Brady is Michael Jordan on the Wizards, Joe Montana on the Chiefs, Emmitt Smith on the Cardinals. They want to prove that he is like
Shaq on the Celtics.
Shaq on the Celtics, Suns, whatever team he was part of. Shaq on the Celtics wouldn't even play.
Bruh, when I first saw a picture of Shaq on the Celtics, I thought somebody did one of those jersey swaps. I was like, wait, when?
I remember.
It was
like 3 days.
It was like 3-4 years ago. I was like, no, when? Nah, there's no way.
Well, with KG and Paul Pierce as well, getting Shaq and Rondo. But Shaq was out of shape and he never played.
I literally thought it was a jersey swap. I was like, why are people putting Celtics jerseys, photoshopping Celtics jerseys on Shaq? Like, why would you do that? And then I was like, nah.
Shaq on the Celtics is the worst of them all, because that's like the lowest of the low. He ain't that far. At least Brady's been a little bit productive for the Buccaneers, but I don't know. It's looking more like Jordan on the Wizards to me.
Yeah,
it's just like that might be the thing. Like, we look once he has his 30 for 30, and we're like, yeah, we don't talk about Brady on the Buccaneers. And probably like one of those things, like how the Jordan documentary didn't mention anything about Jordan on the Wizards. We don't talk about Brady in the Buccaneers
at all. If you didn't know better, you would have never thought he went to the Wizards in that documentary.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
It was never spoken of ever. But I wanted to do this later. We can pick who we think who's gonna win the next games. But I'm trying to review everything. Oh, just to let y'all know, penalties have been authorized if coaches or anybody else on the field talks to officials without a mask. Like, how they get close to them and yell at them and get mad. There will be penalties handed out. I think literally during the game. Like, I'm not sure if it's a 15-yard penalty.
Grocery stores. that wearing no mask, like, for real.
Hey, that's why New York is safer than here, because New York, first of all, you get tested as soon as you get there off the plane immediately, LaGuardia or JFK. And their police randomly go around through train carts anywhere and make sure people have on masks. If you don't, you get a fine. And I think it's like $50 or $100, something like that too.
And I tell you, I still get the public safety messages. So St. John's University is actually doing a mandatory screening for anyone that comes on campus.
What does that even mean? Like they're checking to see if you have a mask or you're getting tested?
I guess getting tested. I don't know. I think
Dang, they not playing with y'all. So they probably shut down most of the gates and probably only left like that main gate right there open.
Sounds about like St. John's. Yeah, sounds about like St. John's. So they were super overprotective before COVID about anybody on campus.
Except they would close all those gates at like as soon as the sun looked like it wanted to go down. Them gates, all the other gates were closed.
Like even if you're a student, even if you're a student that lives off campus, you're scared if you could even exit the gate or not. Like you don't.
Yeah, it was terrible. They were super overprotective. So yeah, I'm pretty sure right now St. John's, if they're going through what you said they're going through from the text, well, which they are, not if, but you know what I'm saying. I know for a fact all of those gates except for that one main gate has to be closed.
Yeah. Man, we couldn't even go to the basketball gym if we were a grad. Yeah, the thing is when you graduated, it's like they don't even want you to be back in here anymore. You couldn't even go to the basketball gym anymore. They act like you're a criminal.
You can't use the library. You can't use any of the basketball gyms, the workout equipment, none of that. If you once you graduate from St. John's University, you are a stranger.
Like I show my badge. It's like what? Like look, I used to go here, and like this public safety lady was like yelling at me as something like get out. Like damn, like I just used to go here like a year ago.
Right, I don't know why they
play basketball.
You can tell that's why how that university is just built as a business more than anything else. Business first. Like other colleges, if you're like you go to USC or Georgia, you know, especially these football programs or even HBCUs, just because you graduate doesn't mean you're a stranger. But St. John's University, as soon as you're done, as soon as you take that last test, as soon as you turn in that last homework assignment, you are now a stranger. You're not allowed to go to go inside certain buildings, nothing. It's crazy.
Unless you're famous, they don't acknowledge you.
Yeah. Unless you don't bring any monetary value to them immediately at that moment for the reason you're in the building, then they're not rocking with you at all.
Exactly. If you're on our test, they definitely don't acknowledge you.
J. Cole is famous and as rich as he is. Yeah, they wouldn't even give him his diploma because he had one book that he never returned. All of these years, it took him to what, like 3 years ago to get his diploma, 4 years ago, something like that.
Yeah, and he finally had to pay that book when he had that concert at St. John's, and they let him. So
they paid him for a No, he did the concert for free, or did they pay him?
No. Remember Haraya? So Haraya was a Black student organization in our group. So Haraya hosted that concert featuring J. Cole.
Oh, so St. John's didn't even pay him.
No, and J. Cole used to be part of Haraya, so he probably just like cut a deal with them.
Did it just off the love? Okay.
Yeah,
and then he still had to pay his book fee.
It was $5.
He still had to pay his book fee to get his diploma.
Pay his book fee to get his diploma. I think it was like a $6 payment or something.
St. John's is petty, bro. That's a petty school. It was really fun, but they are petty. Yeah, they are a different level of petty.
Super.
There's no togetherness.
They couldn't even let him go to his old dorm. He wanted to go to his old dorm to see it. The public safety wouldn't let him get through.
That's some hate, bro. Why is it that serious, bro? It's J. Cole, man. He's famous. He's not about to come in here and start selling drugs or stealing stuff. He's a rapper that wants to go through nostalgia, man. It's not that bad, bro.
I don't know. I guess that's what St. John's thinks of rappers. I don't know. If you're a corrupt priest, though, you're welcome there with open arms.
Oh yeah, open arms. Yeah, but yeah, that's a good point. The rapper might have made it worse for him if he just came back there looking the exact same clothes, same facial hair, same hair, and all of that. He might have gotten away with it, but since he's a rapper, nah, we're not doing that. That's not what we represent here at St. John's University.
You need to be a priest to export money from students, and then you're welcome into St. John's.
But I definitely wanted to talk about who we both think will win these games, and then we can go back to the finals later if we end up getting to that. But like starting with the Jaguars and Texans, I don't know, man. This is one of those.
I'm not even a Jaguars. Texans, I'm not taking Texans at all. Oh my goodness. Bill O'Brien or not, that team is horrible. Deshaun Watson, I don't care if his Chiefs is playing quarterback. I don't trust that team.
But LaVisca Chenault starting to emerge. DJ Chark is still pretty good, even though he hasn't been as great as he was. Was that last year or the year before? I can't remember. And James Robinson, he's balling in fantasy. James Robinson is doing his thing in fantasy, the running back. So Yeah, I feel like the Jaguars should win, but I don't. Bro, it's so hard for me to root against Deshaun Watson.
Goku is playing quarterback. I'm not taking the Texans.
Yeah, they have bad juju over there, man. It's terrible. All right, moving on. Then we got the Bengals and the Ravens. So I think this is pretty simple, but I like watching Joe Burrow play. So I'm definitely gonna tune in. Yeah, I'm gonna tune into that game. Yeah, I like Joe Burrow. He has a lot of good weapons around him too.
I got the Ravens, but I feel like it's gonna be a fun, high-scoring game to watch.
Yeah, he has a lot of good weapons around him. I feel like Tyler Boyd is dangerously underrated. AJ Green is injury prone, but they have T. Higgins.
I remember AJ Green in college. I thought this guy. It was between AJ Green and Julio Jones all the way from high school. I remember just like reading newspapers about them all the way dating back from high school. And I always thought AJ Green was the better receiver. And honestly, he could still have been, but he just always kept getting hurt, or at least on the level of Julio.
Yeah, exactly. I agree. AJ Green's development and growth definitely was stifled majorly by his injury. He was super injury prone. He still is. I think he's hurt now. But Joe Burrow still has some nice weapons. He has Joe Mixon. He has Tyler Boyd. He has T. Higgins. And I think, is John Ross still healthy? Is he still out there trying to do something?
He's still dropping passes, so it doesn't really matter.
He's fast. He's open, but it doesn't matter because he doesn't catch the ball. Okay, typical.
Over under Joe Burrow 50 passing attempts. Over under.
Oh, he's definitely. I think he might go over, possibly. Yeah, because I think they're gonna play from behind a lot. And I think he's already passed 50 passing attempts, or at least he's been in the 40s so far. Let me go look right now.
Yeah, it's like he's the quarterback for Hawaii for how many passing attempts he's been having for the Bengals for each game.
Let me see, man. This man has been slinging.
He's passing like he's Colin Brennan out there for Hawaii.
I do remember that. That was crazy. Yeah, like, Joe Burrow. Go ahead.
I was just saying, like having like 90, 100 passing attempts. Like you forget, like we don't even we haven't had a preseason. This is like his first games ever in the NFL. Like he hasn't even had a preseason. He's over there throwing so many passes already.
He's been through preseason. Everybody else hasn't, but he's thrown enough passes that have already gone through preseason. Oh yeah. By week 2, he has 61 passing attempts against the Browns. His second game in his NFL career. Crazy. He had 44 last week. The least he's had is 36, which he had against Jaguars and the Chargers. And to note, Dwayne Haskins, the most he's had, I think, his whole entire career, other than the 40-something he had against the Browns, I believe. I think the most he's had is 37. Whereas Joe Burrow, the least he's had so far in his career is 36. Bro. It's crazy, bro.
It's definitely going over. Yeah, they're going to be trailing against the Ravens. It's definitely going over.
He's just going to start slinging the whole game. Panthers, Falcons, how you feel? The Falcons, boy. Falcons.
Wait, this is a game that's supposed to allow fans. Oh, they didn't hit me up yet. Okay. Oh, well, I'm not complaining. Yeah. I got to get, you know what? If this really is the first game they're having fans, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I got to get the Falcons. I think the Falcons are going to win this one. Finally. I think finally they're going to win.
I mean, they're just really talented. They've been in all of their games. They should have won at least 2 of them.
They're due for 1 win at least.
Yeah, it's like bound to happen. It has to happen at some point. And I think the Panthers look like they're not tanking. They look like they're trying to win, and they're a good team. But I agree. It just looks like the Falcons at this point, man, they got to get them one. And I picked them in my family pool too. I mean, it's just like you said, it's about time, bro. It's about time.
If they have fans and they don't win, there's going to be a riot in Mercedes-Benz Stadium. There's going to be a riot.
Bro, 0-5 for the Falcons, bro. A couple of years removed from being up 28-3 in the Super Bowl.
I don't know if you saw the viral video from last season when you had one fan chewing out the Falcons as they were going back to their locker room. It was funny. I probably got to show you after this podcast, but it was super funny. So I remember, was it Duke Riley? When Duke Riley was on the team, he turned around and it was like, Duke Riley, better not turn around. Like you're trash too. Like the thing is, like the Falcons players actually heard them too, because like he was like right by like the rope, so they actually heard him. Like, it's gonna be worse than that. They banned that fan too. It's gonna be worse than that though.
Oh yeah, man. Well, I mean, it makes sense that they banned them. That's pretty funny. But yeah, they don't win.
As well. Like I've met him before, like before that video. So it's funny.
Oh, so that was super funny to you. You're like, oh man.
He's like one of those passionate fans that get like the season tickets and lower level seats. So like I've seen that guy around. And that guy offered me a seat before, but he was like drunk. And I was like, he offered me a seat next to him, like when I had a free ticket, but he was like drunk and everything. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not sitting. He wasn't drunk, but he was already drinking. So I was like, yeah, I'm not sitting next to him. He's going to be yelling, probably have beer all over myself or whatever. Like, yeah, I'm not sitting next to him.
Yeah, they're going to miss him. I mean, somebody that loyal with probably the least loyal fan base in the NFL. They're going to miss not having him there. I mean, even though he's angry, at least, I mean, just like typically in everything in life, when somebody's mad at you, that means they usually care. And they need to keep as many fans as they can keep because they don't have that many.
They mad for you if you skip class or something or whatever. Like, exactly.
Exactly. If they're mad, they care. It's that simple.
Falcons are just a disappointed child. Like, their fans are disappointed mothers. That's all they are to the Falcons. At least the loyal fans.
Brother, I can imagine they're sick of it, bro. 2 throwaways, 2 games that you should have won, you didn't. I mean, they've repeated almost like to the same extent of 28-3 twice already this season. It's only been 4 games. It's crazy.
Yeah. I like I said, like they're due for one. That offense is still high powered, even though Julio Jones might not play. He's still been battling with injuries. Calvin Ridley has been battling with injuries himself, but I think he'll be good to go. They have to win one. They have to just win.
Bro, it's about time.
That defense is absolutely horrible, but look, if they're really going to have fans, then that defense needs to play better. I can't believe you're a defensive coach, but the defense is the worst thing about your team.
That's a really good point. That's a really sad. But what's it called? So we'll move on to we both agree it's just about time for the Falcons to get one, right? It just got to be. All right, Raiders and Chiefs. I mean, anybody that goes against the Chiefs, it's hard to root against them. But does Pat Mahomes have COVID? So that's the question. Stephon Gilmore was hugging him pretty tight. I don't know.
Oh man, you know what? If he does got COVID and Andy Reid sees that, he's probably going to take that little paper.
He's balling it up behind it. You're not going to see an announcement that Patrick Mahomes has COVID, whether he does or not.
It's like, Pat, please don't tell me you have a fever. Like, but coach, please don't tell me you have a fever. Is your head hot? It's not real. Okay, crumble the paper up, throw it in the trash.
So yeah, I mean, it's easy to say. We'll never speak about this again. But yeah, I'm definitely taking the Chiefs with this game easily. I mean, I'm just not too sure about the Raiders are a really talented team and they're emerging. They're only going to get better and better. But it's the Chiefs. It's hard to root against the Chiefs any week.
I think it's going to be a fun matchup. I think it's going to be more competitive than what we think it is. Because I think Raiders usually get good games out the Chiefs. Like, usually have a good game. At least I feel like they will. But, yeah, I got to get the Chiefs on this one. I'm still hoping for Josh Jacobs. He need to run wild for my fantasy team. But
same here for me and a couple of them.
Oh, yeah, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Like, you need him as well. Raiders, I love their future, though. That's a young, talented team. Looks like the trades they made a few years ago when they literally traded their whole roster turned out to work well for them. That Khalil Mack trade worked well for them.
Yeah, it actually has. In hindsight, it's crazy.
You know what? I think when you do have like a young, talented superstar player that you know you don't want to pay because he's going to sap all your salary cap, that's not a quarterback, maybe trading him for multiple first-round picks is usually the best thing.
Yeah, honestly. At the end of the day, at least you got some first round picks and make hopefully you make good decisions with them in the draft. I mean, you could fold those picks by not picking the right players, but
you got to make
good decisions. For me, this Chiefs, I don't know what's been going on with them since that Chargers game, but they don't put up points until like the third quarter. I don't know what's going on. I haven't even been really watching the games until second halves. And every time I tune in, the Chiefs have like 7 or 10 points entering like the third, or against the Chargers, they went into the fourth quarter with only 7 points. I don't know what's going on.
I think with the Patriots, Patriots usually just take your best players out. So they did that with Pat Mahomes. So, but at the end of the day, the Chiefs are still the Chiefs. Patriots couldn't hold them for much longer. It also could be complacency. Like, honestly, the Chiefs know they're much better than everybody else. So it's just like they're just toying around with teams sometimes.
That's that Super Bowl fatigue. After you have the best game in your life, you win it all. You win everything you dreamt of winning since you were a kid. Now it's just like, what else? I mean, we do it again type of thing. There's no real excitement or extreme motivation. You're not as hungry. So that's also a thing, too, that a lot of championship teams struggle with.
Yeah, also a stat. I don't know if I remember the stat exactly, but I think Chiefs are like the only team in NFL to be like 4-0, like for 4 straight seasons.
Oh yeah, they said that in the game. I remember that. Yeah, that's crazy. I never knew that. I didn't know that. Even with the great Patriots dynasty and all of these great teams, the Steelers, the Packers, I didn't know that they never went 4 straight seasons starting 4-0.
Patriots, we learned from the undefeated season. We're not going 4-0. We're gonna lose one. And usually Patriots start off. Usually Patriots, even in their dynasty years, they usually start off bad and they finish off strong.
Yeah, because I remember every year by like week 5, we're like, is this the year that the Patriots are done? Yeah, it's every time.
And then last year, we started off good and we finished off bad.
The Patriots done? Is this it? Is this finally the time that they're done? And then I mean, last year was a different case too, because the Chiefs are different. So yeah, if it weren't for Pat Mahomes existing, y'all probably would have went to the Super Bowl last year, honestly. I mean, well, then again, the Titans did, the Titans run game and that defense was a little different though.
Why did Derrick Henry had to exist?
Yeah, Derrick Henry was different. But you never know if you didn't, different circumstances, better seeding, you probably wouldn't have to deal with the Titans in the playoffs. But yeah, that Titans thing, I was rooting for them so hard because it was just nice to see a team run the ball and win with a running game and a defense again. But there's nothing you can do once you end up going against the Chiefs. They couldn't keep up with the Chiefs and Pat Mahomes once they played them. It was, nothing you can do.
All that running isn't going to stop arguably the most talented quarterback ever in the NFL.
Yeah, it's just you can't keep up with points. If you can't put points up, if you can't score touchdowns, there's nothing you can do. So we both have the Chiefs there. Here, I have the Cardinals. I'm rooting for the Jets because I want them to get a worse pick in the draft, but I think
one person actually picked the Jets against any team in that, like, honestly, can one person? And one person is bold enough, even a Jets fan, actually pick the Jets over any
exactly. Nobody can be betting money on the Jets at any point in time this season.
Y'all gonna be losing money. Y'all betting money on the Jets.
I don't feel like they go 0-16 because it actually, no matter how bad teams are, it rarely happens. They end up beating 1 or 2 guys. But
who's their household name on this team anymore? Like, they traded Jamal Adams, like Leonard Williams. Is he even still on the team?
Leonard Williams is on the Giants.
Yeah, he's on the Giants. Who's the household name on it? Muhammad Wilkerson? Muhammad Wilkerson's not on the team anymore. Who is the household name?
Le'Veon Bell exists. He's not good. Frank Gore.
Washed up, overpaid Le'Veon Bell? Who is that?
Technically, Mekhi Becton might be their best player. He's actually been really good for them. That's literally it, though. I can't – beyond that, because I forgot the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. He opted out. He's only getting older, also.
He probably want to play for that team, anyways.
Boy, now I gotta look up the Jets depth chart. I gotta know. I have to know.
Yeah, Rich. If you say the Cardinals lose, yeah.
He said hot take. That's all I gotta say. He doesn't believe in it. It's a hot take.
A hot take, just the sake for a hot take. When Chris Hogan is the top of your depth chart at wide receiver, you got problems.
Jamison Crowder has good games when he's there, but he's hurt most of the time. Quinnen Williams. What happened with Quinnen Williams? He was supposed to be
for a gun charge or whatever.
I think so, but I think it ended up not mattering. Yeah. I guess it got dismissed or something. But he was supposed to be better than Jonathan Allen and Deron Payne,
well, right?
Apparently.
From what I remember, he hasn't been playing well. I don't think he's playing well. I mean, he plays for
Jamison Crowder. Well. Jamison Crowder when healthy, and Mekhi Becton.
You're your best player is an offensive tackle when you have like literally no one else at the skill position that make that offensive tackle look good. You got a past his prime Frank Gore. You got Le'Veon Bell, who's washed. You got Rashad Perryman, who's pretty much a bust. Yeah, this Jets team is probably one of the worst teams I've seen in my 27 years of living. So I got the Cardinals.
This team is horrible, bro. I'm just looking at it like, bro, it can't be that bad. I'm just searching. I'm like, maybe they have a good player deeper in the depth chart because he's hurt or something. No, it's done. It's a done deal.
Like I say, I have not watched a Jets game this season. I don't know who would put themselves under that amount of torture. Is Le'Veon Bell hurt?
He was hurt the last few weeks. I think this week coming up against the Cardinals is going to be the first time he's played since week 1.
Okay.
Or week 2 or something like that. It's been Frank Gore the last game or two, though.
Over or under 3.5 yards a carry?
Boy, under like crazy. They're going to stack 8 in the box. Sam Darnold is in the threat. Why would they?
Yeah. You can't do that patient running in there. Like, there's nowhere for him to go.
All that patience, all that hopping around with all of that great vision. It doesn't matter. Alec Ogletree is on here. Wow. Oh. Okay. Brian Poole.
LA Rams. Brian Poole was good. He was good at
time, so a good who is Fola Runzo Fadakansi?
Fola Run Show. Well, that's not even how to spell that name. That's Nigerian. I don't know.
Who is that?
I have no idea. I just know
Ashay, who is that? Who is that guy? Yeah, this team is not it, bro. This team ain't it, bro. Yeah, I can't. And the Cardinals just did they lose last week? I know they've been struggling ever since they beat us. They've been struggling.
It's weird. You expect to be so much better than what they are, just because with the weapons they have and the coach they have, that you expect to make the most out of those weapons because he's the quarterback whisperer.
Apparently, yeah. Apparently. I don't know.
To be that guy, so
this is an easy. Yeah. This is definitely an easy bounce back game for them. Point blank. Period. If they lose this game, they might as well just go ahead and give up on the season. You can't beat the Jets. You can't beat anybody.
Like on easy difficulty, rookie difficulty. Like you have to.
you can't. Rich said Le'Veon Bell is a check stealer. But yeah, right now, easy Cardinals.
Yeah, now.
Right now he is. He used to be the best back and
definitely under. King Sean is definitely under.
You say Rich the Rams the run. Wait, what happened? What's under?
King Sean, you say Gibson over under 4.2 yards a carry. Definitely under.
What Gibson had last week?
No, probably over. It's probably gonna be over. He's been decent. He's been okay. I'm just been hating.
I love Gibson. I mean, according to advanced statistics, he's the best running back in the league. Like the DVOA stuff, and he per run, he has the most broken tackles in the league, and it's not even. I think Josh Jacobs is like behind him, and it's like a big gap. So technically, he's made the most out of the least that he's had because we have a bottom 5 offensive line. So that's why it looks like he's not that great. But I'll go find it right now. I'll go find it and put it on the screen.
I thought Bryce Love was going to be a 2-back platoon with Gibson and Love. Love has been inactive like every single game. I drafted him thinking
he hasn't been healthy. Yeah, he hasn't been. They said it was some swelling. Let's see. DVOA. Am I in the right year?
Decent. He plays for the Washington football team now. Decent.
Antonio Gibson is great, point blank period. He has the highest DVOA rating amongst all running backs, which is like when they account for how bad your offensive line is.
Number 2? Okay.
Yeah, hey, he must be balling. Jerry McKinnon, Dalvin Cook, Ronald Jones.
That has to be a small sample size. Wait, how did Jerry McKinnon get up there?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think he's running the ball that much. Oh, I think this is carries. Is this carries or something?
Minimum 45 rushes. That's why. Okay.
Oh yeah, he has 34 runs. So yeah, that's how that happened. I mean, Antonio Gibson and Darrell Henderson haven't had that much. I'm more than him, but apparently Antonio Gibson per run, based on like what he's made out of a terrible offensive line that we have, he's technically the best running back in the league right now. Technically, I gotta go find
44 carries though. He needs a bigger sample size.
Yeah, I agree. I want to see him break out and start having 100-yard games back to back, 100-yard, 2 touchdown games. But I don't think he's going to be able to do it with how our quarterback situation is. They're just going to keep stacking a lot in the box and then just dare us to throw it. So honestly, I don't think he's ever going to.
It's definitely a stud of a second-round pick to get for a running back, and then he can also be up the backfield as well. Because the thing is, they weren't even sure what position he was going to be out the draft, running back or receiver. And the fact that he has a lot of broken tackles as a running back bodes well because he could play in between the tackles and also play the receiving game, which is rare for a running back to both have that. Because you usually have like one back that plays in the tackle and another back that's the receiver.
Yeah, he's actually he was drafted in the 3rd, like Rich said. But,
third,
he's basically faster Christian McCaffrey and stronger. Now it's hard to compare somebody to Christian McCaffrey because he's so great. And of course, Antonio Gibson hasn't earned that. But if you were looking at traits, his vision has been getting better and better. His patience has been getting better and better. He needs to learn how to block better though in the passing game. But he runs better routes than Christian McCaffrey because he's literally a receiver. He's faster. Christian McCaffrey ran a 4.49. Antonio Gibson ran a 4.39, and he's bigger and taller. So I love Antonio Gibson's potential. I think he's a great building block for us.
I remember when we got drafted, we didn't even know who he was, but like I said, I had a friend that said that Antonio Gibson's clearly the steal of the draft, and he was right so far.
Even before we drafted him, like just random people at Sports Illustrated, Bleacher Report, and all of those guys, they were basically saying he could have been the best skilled position player. That's including running backs, tight ends, wide receivers in the draft, period. But we just haven't seen much about him. Like in college, he was behind Tony Pollard at Memphis while Tony Pollard was still there. And then even after Tony Pollard left, they used him more as a receiver than a running back. So it's just really hard to judge him. So I don't know. I don't know why Memphis, normally coaches use their best players. They abuse them. They get the most out of them to make their team look better. They had this great talent. I mean, I forgot. He had the most touchdowns per touch, I think. Maybe not in college football history, but it was crazy, and it was way better than anybody else in the draft. Like every time he touched the ball, I think it was like every 5 times he touched the ball, whether it be a catch or a running play, it was a touchdown. I mean, it was some crazy stat, and I just don't understand why Memphis didn't use them more.
Use their receivers it's like how Georgia Tech used their receivers when they had Calvin Johnson and Demaryius Thomas,
basically. But instead, they just didn't use him a lot. He didn't get the ball much, but when he did, he made the most of it. And that's basically what he's doing for us. He doesn't get the ball much. The offensive line is bottom 5 in the league, but when he gets it, he makes the most of it. And right now,
not getting the ball much because they're not trying to win games. So it's like, okay,
I really think Ron Rivera is tanking in silence. I really think Antonio Gibson's about to start getting 10 carries a game. Terry McLaurin's going to get 3 targets a game. It's about to get bad.
We see a luxury of having a running back like that's able to do both, receive out the backfield and run between the tackles. Look at Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay tried to get Ronald Jones to receive out the backfield, and he just kept dropping passes. So they had to get that Vaughn guy. I forgot his first name, but Vaughn, the running back. They have to keep switching him out to get the ball from Brady. So like having that luxury of a running back that can do both.
And then you're telling on yourself pre-snap when you bring one of those guys in because they know what you're gonna do.
You know you're not going to run the ball with like a diminutive 5'9", 170-pound running back in Vaughn. You don't know.
He said he was behind Tony Pollard and Darrell Henderson. Bro, I don't understand, bro. Memphis is tripping.
But hey, we say from there, Darrell Henderson is the second best running back. So
yeah. Can't be too mad at it.
Memphis team.
Memphis out here putting out talent.
You want to know what Tony Pollard because he's behind Ezekiel Elliott. So hey,
yeah, he looked pretty decent when Ezekiel Elliott was hurt.
Yeah, whenever he played.
Yeah, whenever he played, he actually looked pretty good. He said, "Now Rico, it's October. It's Scary Terry month. I hope so. I mean, it'll be fun to watch, but I honestly think Ron Rivera is tanking in the background. Honestly,
Keyshawn Vaughn, yeah."
And y'all, Rich, you're not about to hate on DeAndre Swift, but moving on.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. We don't acknowledge that.
Yeah, we not about to even there. That's just troll. The Eagles and Steelers, bro. Who you got? I got the Steelers, but you never know, man.
You never know with the Eagles. That
never know, man.
Yo, that's a tough matchup. You know, I gotta go with the Steelers. They're the home team. I gotta go with the Steelers, but Eagles might bounce back.
I hope James Conner and Juju Smith-Schuster go crazy because of fantasy teams, and that's also why I'm leaning towards the Steelers. But like you said, you don't know which Eagles are going to show up.
Gets 2 yards of carry, and then Mike Tomlin gets tired of him, so he puts on Benny Snell.
No, actually, James Conner only bad game was the first game of the season. Since then, he's actually been doing really well in fantasy. Thank goodness.
Back. Why not just use both?
Nah, we good.
I don't get it. Why don't you both? You got 2 good running backs.
Nah, we good. Yeah, that's a good point, though. The Eagles are bad. They tied with the Bengals. So, I mean, but again, you never know what Eagles you might get. You might get 2017 Carson Wentz.
Yeah.
And then they end up beating the Steelers in Pittsburgh. It's not impossible. So, I mean, we'll see, though. Me personally, I picked the Steelers in my family football pool. I think the Steelers will win. I'm hoping they win because I want Juju Smith-Schuster and James Conner to do well. But at the same time, the bright side, if the Eagles win, that means they won't be closer to getting Trevor Lawrence or Justin Fields, and that makes me happy, too. So, it's a win-win for me at this point. And then we can move on to the Rams and the Washington football team. Go Burgundy and go.
Who I got?
Who you got, Seyi? Who you got, man?
You know who I got. I got that.
No, who you got?
I got the LA Rams. I'm not trusting this team as far as I can throw them. I trust that actually has their name listed on their team name. They can't even put football team on Washington. They had to put Washington. They couldn't even put football team.
They need to change everybody to that location. They need to do LAR. That's what they need to do.
No, I can't trust the team that has no name. I got to go with the LA Rams. LA Rams. Oh man, it's not going to be competitive. I'm sorry. Well, no, it's LA Rams. It'll probably be competitive, but
I think. The thing I'm most worried about.
Biased, Rico, or are you going to keep it real? Are you really going to go Washington?
Don't
be biased.
The thing I'm most worried about is that one of our biggest weaknesses, if not the biggest weakness on our team, is the interior offensive line. And then their biggest strength is the interior defensive line. I think that's going to get abused all day. I think Kyle Allen is gonna get abused, man. I really feel sorry for him, bro.
Who you got, Rico? Who you got? Rico got the Rams, folks. Rico got the Rams.
Now I don't think it's as bad as people think, though. I think we do have a chance to win. I don't think it's impossible, but the Rams are a really tough opponent. I don't believe in Jared Goff, but Sean McVay is a great play caller. We'll see. I'm gonna move on. I ain't gonna say nothing. We gonna go ahead.
Rico got the Rams.
Dolphins and 49ers. Plus, the more we lose, Trevor Lawrence. Dolphins, 49ers. I don't know. I have no idea, to be honest with you. They said Jimmy Garoppolo's coming back. I hurt Jimmy Garoppolo. Even a healthy Jimmy Garoppolo, I don't trust him personally.
It's better than what they have at quarterback, though. I mean, I thought Nick Mullins had some potential, but that last game he was horrible. And the human crash test dummy CJ Beathard, I can't see him playing too long either. I got it. But either way, Dolphins, I can't pick it. Dolphins are almost like no. Dolphins have been doing a little bit better, I guess, than attended, but still like they're bare bones.
Ryan Fitzpatrick, bro. Ryan Fitzpatrick, 3 touchdowns, 300 yards, or 3 interceptions, 200 yards, and no touchdowns. That's just who he is.
You don't know. He's an unpredictable stock. You really just don't know.
No idea. He has to be the most dangerous quarterback to have in a fantasy league.
Why a team would sign him to a fantasy team? I can't imagine.
What's up, Smokes? And he said, "Hey, Rico, would you be mad if Giants win to the Cowboys?" Oh, we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that next. That's the next game. We going to the right after this. But it completely depends on what Ryan Fitzpatrick you get. I feel like the 49ers are pretty constant. I feel like we know what to expect out of Jimmy G. Like you said, he's an average quarterback and he's banged up, so he might be a little bit worse than he normally is. And also, Solomon Thomas and Nick Bosa not being there hurts them a lot. Oh, yeah. Deebo Samuel is finally back healthy though, but they have a lot lot of injuries across the board. I think they lost what's his face? They lost somebody else for the rest of the season. What was it? Dang, 49ers. Was it?
I think Raheem Mostert might be back as well for the 49ers.
Oh, okay. That's great news. That's great news. Oh, yeah. Ziggy Ansah, I think, is hurt also.
Yeah. That's a big blow as well.
I think he's out for the season. Like, it's that bad. So, yeah, I don't know. That 49ers defense is...
I think they still have good depth on their team overall. And their defense is just normally coached well. So, I still got to get the 49ers.
Okay. Yeah, I don't remember what I picked in the fantasy pool, honestly. I made a pick, and I'm pretty sure the pick I made I wasn't confident in. Let me go see, because right now I can't pick. I'm not even going to lie to you. Like, you forced me, you put a gun in my head to pick. I'd probably say the 49ers, but I don't know. Okay, I picked the 49ers in the family pool, so okay, cool. We're good. I'm with you on the 49ers. All right, Giants and Cowboys.
I got Cowboys. Giants are terrible.
They're horrible, bro.
I don't want to talk about the Giants. That team is the bottom of my shoe. A piece, like, it's just like gum on the concrete. You hate when you step on it. I gotta get the Cowboys.
This team is terrible.
I don't like the Cowboys either, but if there's any team I like less than the Cowboys, it's the Giants. And probably the Falcons.
Oh yeah, for great reason too, as a Patriots fan. But Daniel Jones is bad, bro. As much as people talk about Dwayne Haskins, Daniel Jones is even worse, bro. And I don't care what y'all say. He's a worse decision maker. He's played more games, so he has less excuses than Dwayne Haskins. His offensive line is comparable to ours. If anything, other than we have Terry McLaurin, but overall, he has a better receiving core. He's only in his second offensive system. Dwayne Haskins is technically in his fourth. So, honestly, it's really no excuses for Daniel Jones, and he looks worse than Dwayne Haskins so far. And that team is really bad. Other than James Bradbury and Leonard Williams, that defense has been, kind of struggling overall. Overall, they've been playing pretty well.
Who do they have on their roster? Should we pull up the roster on this team?
Oh, yeah, let's go ahead and pull up the Giants roster.
That's not injured.
Let's go, Giants depth chart. Let's go. Let's
I did not fall for that fool's gold on Daniel Jones when he had like those first two good games when he started last season over Eli Manning. I was like, nah, I don't believe it yet.
Oh, that's where Shane Lemieux went? I wanted him. I had him going to us in a mock draft, I think. Like late, though, like 6th round.
I know you're Powder Springs' greatest Evan Ingram, but...
Evan Ingram. Yeah, I mean, I thought he was going to be a great tight end. He hasn't shown up. He's shown flashes. He hasn't shown up.
He plays for the Giants. That's why. He needs
maybe if he goes to a different team,
Hey, from Powder Springs to New York, that's a completely different transition. I know. So I understand Evan Ingram.
Evan Ingram, bro. You might have to go to a different team. Will Hernandez, I loved him coming out of the draft. I was willing to take him in the second round. I don't remember when he went. But yeah, Will Hernandez is great. I've heard Andrew Thomas has been very disappointing, which he's a Georgia Bulldog. I'm sorry, Giants fans.
He's been kind of a bust so far.
He's been a bust. And moving on, Devonta Freeman and Wayne Gallman at running back.
I said this in another podcast, like Devonta Freeman, like really? He's washed. When he got signed, I had no faith in Devonta Freeman. He's washed.
Tragic, man. And thank you, Rich. He went early second round. And then, they have Golden Tate. Maybe after that fight with Jalen Ramsey, he's going to come in here trying to ball out, maybe to prove himself. Darius Slayton is always banged up. And then Colt McCoy is their backup quarterback. This is just like...
They can't even bench Daniel Jones at that point.
Yeah. All right, so they have a Georgia Bulldog right here.
Lorenzo Carter.
He's not that great. But, you know what I'm saying? He's cool. Dexter Lawrence, never know.
They do got Leonard Williams.
I guess Blake Martinez is why their defense has gotten better since last year, because I think he led the NFL in tackles last year, I think, or something like that. Leonard Williams and BJ Hill are great. They're both good.
I could be wrong, but isn't it usually bad teams that usually have like their players lead the league in tackles because they're giving up so many plays? Or is it just... because usually if one player leads the league in tackles, that means nobody else is making tackles.
Yeah, typically, it's not necessarily a good sign. But yeah, Leonard Williams is good. I forgot that's where Shane Zimenez went. I wanted him late in the draft.
Wait, AD's hurt. No.
Yeah, I saw that in the chat. I was just about to talk about that. Like, I don't know. I have the game up, but I haven't been looking. I've been looking at the chat.
No. Let me go on Twitter.
How hurt are we talking? Yeah, let me go to Twitter. How hurt are we talking?
We got to stop this talk. No.
How hurt are we talking?
We can't ruin the finals already. They're wearing the Mamba jerseys. They can't do this.
Let me see. How hurt are we talking? Let me go look. Let me look. Why is Dwight Howard trending and not Anthony Davis? Let me go look. How hurt are we talking? Not returning hurt?
Holding down his ankle?
No, don't let it be. The way he fell down, it looks like his Achilles. It looks like his Achilles.
No.
It looks like his Achilles shade. Man, he wearing the Kobe 5.
Be a sprained ankle. Please just be a sprained ankle, please.
He's wearing the Kobe 5 Pro.
I'm sorry. I gotta watch this a little bit. I gotta see the replay.
Bruh, it looks like an Achilles.
Oh, yeah,
I'm not gonna lie to you, Seyi.
Yeah.
Just looking like. Now, I mean, Anthony Davis has an injury scare every game, but this one looks different, bruh. And then Achilles is different, bruh.
Wait, let's just hope it's a bad angle. Oh, look at LeBron's face. Man, he's just like so close, and then this happened.
And then this, yeah, man. Bro, if the Heat come back because Anthony Davis got hurt, LeBron James is gonna get killed in the media. Killed.
Yeah, Rich did make a good point. He is walking, but can you walk on it? No, you can't walk on the. You can't put any weight on an Achilles.
I mean, Kobe shot free throws, but then Anthony Davis is way heavier though.
And like I tore my ACL, I was still able to walk on a torn ACL. It was hurting, but I could still walk. Klay Thompson still was trying to play. Klay Thompson played at least 5 more minutes on the torn ACL before he went off.
Oh yeah,
played the whole game with one. So it could still mean. But wait, is he still on the sideline? Is that a good sign? Oh, hallelujah! Please not be an Achilles.
Oh, thank you, Mom. My mom said Dwight Howard and Jimmy Butler got into it early, so that's why Dwight Howard was trending.
Yo, we missed a lot in the first quarter.
Yeah, man, we just been talking about football and we missed all of that. And it's crazy. I have the game up, but I just haven't been paying attention. I've been looking at the chat.
Yeah, I have a grandma TV. I haven't been paying attention either. Wow. And we're here talking about the New York Giants. Oh my goodness.
Oh, I just saw what you were talking about with LeBron looking frustrated where he shook his head in slow motion when they went to commercial break. Yeah, po baby.
Wait, Logan Ryan playing free safety? He don't play corner for them anymore?
I thought he was a slot corner.
Yeah, he was. Logan.
What happened? But I heard James Bradbury is looking like a top 5 corner this year, though. I don't know about Jabril Peppers, though. Huh?
Better cover guy than he is like a man guy. He's not that fast, so maybe.
Yeah, he's limited, but he's a pretty good corner, and I've heard he's having a great year. Oh, that's where Julian Love went too. I forgot about that. I haven't heard anything about Jabril Peppers, bad or good, so maybe he's having like an average season. He's not what we thought he may be coming out of Michigan. I mean, he was all potential anyway coming out of Michigan.
They were really think it was gonna be that good. I mean, I really didn't.
Yeah, it was. He had a very high ceiling, very low floor. Like didn't, it was a lot to bank on. And I don't know why the Browns took him as soon as they did.
Because it's the Browns. But the fact that he didn't have a defined position was more worrying to me than anything. Not the fact he plays literally everywhere. It's the fact that he doesn't have one defined position. Yeah.
My mom says somebody's trying to come out here and watch the game after he logs off. But yeah, now he was great in college, but at the NFL level, it was just what do you project him to actually do? I mean, he's versatile, but if he's not good at anything, if he's not great at anything, what does it matter?
It's like I'm gonna make a basketball reference because this is how I relate Jabril Peppers to basketball. Josh Jackson. I don't know if you remember the player Josh Jackson, but
talking about from not Kentucky, the other one, Kansas.
Yeah,
Kansas. Yeah.
He's currently in the Memphis Grizzlies playing in the G League, but he was a top 5 pick, and I've watched him since. Well, I watched highlight tapes of him in high school. He was hyped up in high school. He was supposed to be a #1 prospect. I watched him in Kansas. Nothing to me ever stood out about him except he was fast and athletic. Nothing else stood out. His defense didn't stand out. He had no jump shot at all. He wasn't really a good ball handler. Like, he was an okay passer. Nothing stood out to me. So I kept trying to justify, why is he a top 5 pick? I know he's 6'8" and athletic, but there's nothing else that makes him a top 5 pick. Like, there's nothing that stood out. Aside from Jabril Peppers just being a gadget guy and a guy you plug in like in every single position, and a guy who's a good rusher of the quarterback, but knowing in the NFL against more talented offensive linemen, it's not going to work out that way. Like, what stood out about Jabril Peppers?
He can return. Sometimes he's back there on punt return.
Does that justify a first-round pick?
Oh, yeah, nah, not at all. Not where the Browns took him. Nah, definitely not. I mean, again, it's just the Browns browning. They just tried to bank on his potential. I wouldn't have done it. I felt like in the draft when they picked him, he went too high.
You're the Browns,
you know what I'm saying?
Be banking on anyone's potential. It should be getting sure things.
Yeah, for real. Just to set up a nice base for the team, a nice foundation. But yeah, this team has way more noticeable names, noteworthy names than the Jets do. It's still fun because it's like, oh, wow, he's on there and all of that. But the Jets are by far worse. By far.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Hunter. I know he got drafted by Phoenix Suns, or you mean you're a Phoenix Suns fan? Yeah. I know he got drafted by Phoenix Suns. He got drafted by Phoenix Suns, got traded to Memphis for if he got traded to Memphis. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
That's all she wrote. That's the end of the story right there.
You're a Phoenix Suns fan. I would say I'm sorry, AM Hunter, but that team has a great future. So you should be excited.
Yeah, that team ended the bubble very well. I was sad that they didn't make the playoffs. I was rooting for them and the Trailblazers to make it, but there was no way they could dethrone what's his face. So I already knew that was over with. But yeah, so we still have to monitor this AD situation.
Oh no, he's not back. He's not back yet. It looked like Anthony Davis, but it was Markieff Morris. They got the hairstyle now, so like you can't really.
Yeah, and they're both light skinned.
Yeah.
So yeah, I need to know what's going on with this Anthony Davis situation. What is going on? But yeah, I picked the Cowboys to win this. I would love for the Giants to win it so they can move out of our way for a top pick. But I have the Cowboys winning this. I just can't see how the Cowboys can lose to the Giants, bro. I don't see how anybody can lose to the Giants. Really, they're that bad.
Maybe the Jets.
He said Giants wide receivers can't catch. They can't get open now. Yeah, maybe the Jets. We need a New York battle. Two of the 3 worst teams in the NFL. See how that goes.
Fitting how the best team in New York is Buffalo, is upstate.
That is crazy. Upstate too. Yep. The place that Marshawn Lynch said he was so bored he hated it. He didn't want to play football no more. But yeah, man, that's crazy that 2 New York teams, 2 of the 3 worst teams in the NFL.
The only team I think New York that has wins is Buffalo.
And yeah, that's crazy. They are the only team with a win out of New York. But what's even like if the Jets and the Giants were to play, I don't even think that would be a 1 p.m. game. I think they would show that at the bottom right corner of another game.
No, knowing NFL, they'll probably show that on Thursday Night Football because they always show their bad teams at Thursday Night Football or something.
Yeah, there's like this is the only football y'all getting. Y'all better like it.
or if we have fans, they might just show that game in London because they always show their worst teams in London as well. I don't know if you noticed that they always show their worst teams in London. One, because the Jaguars always play in London because Tony Khan owns Fulham, an English soccer club there. And because since they're not going to get ratings if they play in America, the worst teams, they play them in London because they know they're going to sell out the stadiums there. And they're going to get a lot of TV ratings just because the NFL rarely plays in London. So they'll be playing in London.
Oh, my boy, Real Giants Mafia, he said Giants are going to beat the no-namers next week. First of all, please do. First of all, please do. Thank you. But all right, so then
that might be the one time I picked the Washington football team to win.
I hate you. All right, now I'm insulted. Colts and Browns. I don't know. This was tough, bro. This was tough because I mean, again, I don't really believe in Phillip Rivers. And if the Browns didn't handle the Cowboys the way they did last week, I would have taken the Colts automatically. But the Browns looked pretty good against the Cowboys. So I don't know. What did I pick?
Is Odell Beckham back? He got the blonde hair now, and he's playing like the Odell Beckham with the blonde hair in New York.
Yeah, I didn't even know he was still that fast.
Yeah, like
I didn't even know.
Done after those injuries he had.
Okay, I picked the Colts. I don't man, I don't know. I probably should have picked the Browns.
I will ride the hot team. I gotta get the Browns.
Yeah, I should have probably picked the Browns.
He got the blonde hair again, and he played well last week. He might be back.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with my Colts. I'm gonna stick with the Colts since I already picked them, but that's gonna be a good game. I'm definitely tuned into that game. Vikings Seahawks. Oh, this is a wash. This is a wash. This is dark. See, Vikings can't defend Russell Wilson, man.
Vikings got their first win last week.
Yeah, the Texans, the Bill O'Brien. That's how that was the fact that Bill O'Brien has done all of these bad things, trading away Deshaun Watson, all of these bad decisions he made. What got him fired was an argument with JJ Watt and losing to the Vikings. That's what did it, losing to the Vikings.
Who told Bill O'Brien he wasn't a good coach? He couldn't coach. He can't coach. Your best player, your figure, well, not your best player, but your figurehead tells you can't coach.
Bro, it's crazy, bro. It's like the fact that Bill O'Brien, all of the bad things he's done, all of the mistakes he's made, the reason he got fired was between an argument with JJ Watt and losing to the Vikings. That when they lost to the Vikings, they were like, "Oh yeah, we're done here. You gotta go."
Houston is almost Tom Brady to the Patriots. They worship him over there. So
yeah, especially the relief stuff he does, like during hurricane and stuff like that, giving back to the community. Oh yeah, he's Jesus over there.
If you make JJ Watt mad, it is pretty much over for you. Like you could trade DeAndre Hopkins, you can do all this, but if you make JJ Watt mad, okay, that's it.
Yeah, man, that's it. Yeah, once JJ Watt is on your head in Houston, that's it, bro. That man has just as much weight as what's his face? I can't remember his name. Dang, I can't remember his name. But yeah,
probably more.
You said who?
James Harden.
No. I'm talking about buddy that runs a lot of stuff. He's not even a rapper, bro. Hold on,
Travis Scott.
But nah, not Travis Scott. Dang, bro, I can't remember his name. But yeah, I definitely have the Seahawks. Oh, yeah. Jay Prince. There we go. My fault. There we go. That man JJ Watt got as much power as Jay Prince over there. Yeah, thank you. Smokes came with it too. My mom said good product placement. Yeah, that 2K advertisement was a great moment to throw that in there. This is a great time to do it with the finals. Because now it's like, well, basketball's about to end. The Lakers are gonna win this finals. No more basketball for you. You might as well play some on your Xbox or PlayStation. But yeah, we both easily have Seahawks right there. There's not even a question about it. And then the last game, Broncos Patriots. Is Drew Lock, huh?
Ain't this the Tuesday night game?
I think it is getting moved. No, I think. What happened to the Titans? I think the Titans is the game turning into Tuesday night, right?
Well, let's say week 5. Wait, yeah, this look confusing. Wait, this week
what?
5? Yeah,
this is week 5, but they gave them another section. So you have 2 Monday night games. That's great.
5
and
p.m.
then you have
your time.
That's so nasty.
Not off work yet.
But they're just shoving games and they're just trying to get them all in there at the same time.
Let's see where you can fit them in. What channel is that going to be on at 5 p.m.?
ESPN. Not even ABC, CBS, or Fox. ESPN. And yeah, NFL Network, that's when you really you're not getting any ratings. Most of us don't even have that on cable, if we have cable. So yeah, we have the Broncos, Patriots, Chargers, Saints, and then the Tuesday night game, which is this our first in NFL history? Bills and Titans. I like this. Is Drew Lock even healthy enough to play for the Broncos? First of all, is he actually playing?
Are we going to have Brett Ripken again?
Yeah, that's a good. I don't know, man. That man Brett Ripken wasn't even good, but at least he wasn't Sam Darnold.
You the Birdman gift.
Brett Ripken.
Ghost. Is
Cam Newton supposed to be back, right?
They said he's supposed to be, but I can't understand. I thought when you have COVID, you're supposed to automatically quarantine for 14 days, so it just does not make sense. But they said he's going to be back. I don't know.
Just like we spoke about earlier, they're not reporting. This is definitely invalid reporting. This is definitely
I don't trust it.
They're definitely cheating. They're definitely doing whatever they can to get their ratings. So they're gonna throw Cam Newton out there. If Cam Newton's playing, automatic Patriots is not even close. It's really not even that much to discuss. Even if Drew Lock is playing, it doesn't matter. Cam Newton's playing. This is a done deal. Oh yeah, and then down here, Chargers Saints. I don't know, man. Drew Brees looked pretty good last week, but up until last week, I haven't been able to really trust him.
Yeah.
And the Chargers were the same defense that held Patrick Mahomes to 7 points until the fourth quarter. So I don't know. Who did I pick?
Starter. Justin Herbert, the starter.
I still don't exactly trust Justin Herbert yet, but at least they're letting him throw the ball a lot.
I'm mad for Tyrod Taylor. Like, I was so unlucky for him to lose that starting position.
Bruh, off a punctured lung from a doctor. Like, come on now, bruh. Tyrod Taylor has terrible luck, bruh. I feel so sorry for him. At least he's a millionaire.
This guy got benched by Nathan Peterman for literally no reason at all. He wasn't even playing bad for the Bills.
Bruh, he had the Bills in their first playoff berth in like over 10 years and got benched. What did he do wrong?
And not just bench for Nathan Peterman.
Bro, the worst quarterback I've ever seen with my own two eyes. I mean, we can throw out names and argue, debate about who's better. I mean, who's been the worst quarterback of all time. But for me, what I've seen is easily Nathan Peterman, not even close.
Then Browns, he got kicked out of Cleveland because they wanted Baker Mayfield to be a starter. Even though
because he wasn't even playing bad. He just got hurt. Baker Mayfield took over and never lost the job.
The fans just kept chanting for Baker. They kept booing Tyrod Taylor and kept chanting for Baker Mayfield. So he just got ran out of Cleveland with that.
But yeah, Rich said Nathan Peterman threw 4 picks in 1 half twice. Note the fact that happened more than once. More than once.
We were all
crazy, bro. But yeah, I still don't exactly trust Justin Herbert. I think he's really talented, but I'm gonna have to go Saints only because they're at home. I think I was just gonna go with whoever the home team was, and I'm going with the Saints for that. But that's a really tough game to pick.
I gotta go with Saints as well. And Tyrod Taylor, he needs to sue. Like, he has to sue. They
said somewhere in your contract you can't. I forgot. I saw it somewhere on Twitter. I was like, no, bro. It's something somewhere where if a team doctor does it, you can't sue. Something like that, bro. It was crazy.
They had that on purpose, like, just in case this happens.
Yeah, it's like they predicted it. Like, eventually our doctors are gonna mess up somebody's NFL career, and we gotta be ready to not be legally liable for that.
Oh my God. That is messed up, man. That is messed up.
He just said he don't feel sorry for Tyrod. He got Drea. He said he got Drea Michelle. That's so stupid. That man happy. He not happy on the football field, but he happy at home. And he's a millionaire at the end of the day. So I mean, how sorry can you really feel for somebody? I mean, legacy wise, it sucks, but he's a millionaire at the end of the day. How much can he complain? And then last game, and before we get out of here, because I'm about to go watch this game. We have 4 minutes left. Bills, Titans, another tough one. And it's crazy too because they play on Tuesday, so our family pool didn't even let us pick this game. So this is my first time picking it. I'm gonna let you go first because I'm up in the air right now.
I gotta go with Caucasian Cam. I'm sorry, I gotta go with Caucasian Cam and the Buffalo Bills. Josh Allen.
He's looking great.
Let's go.
And what's crazy is that Josh Allen through his first 11 starts looked way worse than Haskins has ever looked through his first 11 starts. He was less accurate. He had a better team against him, so there's no excuses. Now look at him. I mean, granted, he's mobile. Dwayne Haskins isn't, but it's all about giving a quarterback time. You say what?
He has the biggest arm in football, even bigger than Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah. And so he has intangibles that Dwayne Haskins doesn't have. But at the end of the day, he was terrible. The team believed in him, and he figured it out, progressed, developed, and got better. That's something we didn't do with Dwayne Haskins. We didn't give him that chance. And now look at the Bills. Now they're, between them and the Patriots, best team in the AFC East. Easily. It's not even close.
And I had to check my ESPN fantasy just to make sure he doesn't have a bye. And that's good. He doesn't. So good. I can start him. Because that would be BS if he did.
Oh, you talking about in fantasy football?
How the waiver wire going to work?
I have no idea. You're going to have to just, after the game ends at like 11 p.m., then you can go and...
Because the record finalizes on Tuesday. The record updates on Tuesday. How's that going to work? Is it going to be to be determined for my game?
Hey, do better. Do better. Plan ahead.
Hey,
plan ahead, Shay.
At least you don't gotta buy. So hey,
plan ahead.
Like I said, I drafted the players less likely to have COVID. None of my players got COVID. At least I don't think they did.
That's why I messed up. My players were getting COVID.
Yeah,
I had Ryan Tannehill.
You should have read the scouting reports.
I hate you. You keep saying
COVID possibility.
This player is more likely to get COVID. Avoid him.
Why think I didn't draft Cam?
Bro, it's like Brody knows it's 10 o'clock. I have Cam in like one league, and yeah, bro, I was sick. I ended up starting, I think, Ryan Tannehill. No, not even Ryan. I think I had to start Carson Wentz or something.
Oh,
and Carson Wentz had a pretty decent game, but it still wasn't Cam Newton. Yeah,
like every game he's had so far has been absolutely horrible. So
no, it wasn't great, but it wasn't like he folded on me. But he definitely wasn't anything Cam Newton would have given me. But yeah, I don't know. It's only because the Titans are at home. I'm leaning towards Titans, but right now with no fans, there's really no home field advantage. So I got to go with the Bills. Also, the Bills are just a better team overall. I think their defense is better. The only thing the Titans have over the Bills is a run game, but defense and passing game wise, the Bills are definitely the better team. And Rich keeps putting the thing in there, the Among Us thing.
And peace and stay safe to you, AM Hunter.
And Louis man said, how do you know if a player is more or less likely to get COVID? That's what I'm saying. But this man, Shay, you keep telling me it's my fault that my team is so bad.
You didn't check the scouting report. You didn't check. I did. I know.
But all right, man, those are our picks. That was fun. We definitely got to do that every week because, boy, that was more fun than I thought it would be, especially looking up depth charts. Steve Austin pulled up at the last second right before we about to leave, too. That's crazy. He said, Rich, you about to make it for my – yeah, I don't know. Well, Rich, why are you spamming the Among Us thing? You having fun. But, yeah, man, we will definitely catch y'all next week, of course.
Moderator in here.
Yeah.
Someone needs to be a moderator.
This man is out of control. But we'll catch you next Friday, 8 to 10 p.m. as always. Anything you wanted to say, Shay, before we get out of here?
Once the Washington football team loses, I'm gonna put the score next week. So just stay tuned for that.
I hate you. So Shay now every time we lose is gonna troll us with the score of the game that we lost.
Our AGM, yep, may the best man or team win. Yep, that's right. That's true. Let's go.
All right, man.
The name win.
I hate you. All right, so we'll catch y'all next Friday, 8 p.m. as always. Brody's in my face because he knows it's 10 p.m. I guess, and he's ready to go use the bathroom. So we'll catch y'all next Friday. Thank you, Shay. Thank you for everybody that was in the chat. Great live stream. We were up to 30-something concurrent viewers at once, like at certain points in this stream. So that was fun.
Progress,
growing progress. But yeah, man, as always, we'll catch y'all next Friday. The broadcast podcast where we talk about everything. I mean, it's not just sports. We talk about anything that's going on. We talk about video games, anime, real life situations, women, all of that. You know what I'm saying? So come here with y'all questions. Come here with y'all content. Come here with y'all opinions, debates, and all of that. And we'll catch y'all next Friday as always, man.
All right, catch y'all next Friday. And King Sean, you can do that, but you still can't take away our 6th championship. So.
Hate him, bro. Can't take